Well, for the first time in 7 years, a star witness at the centre of the BC Rail trial is breaking his silence and doing it with A News. Kieran was a lobbyist at the centre of the troubled sale of the billion-dollar public asset. He was working for one of the US-based companies that was bidding for the railway. And what he has to say tonight has been a long time coming, and it may surprise you. Shachi Curl has the report.
But other than that, I'm fine.
In the saga that saw Dave Basi and Virk plead guilty to accepting money and benefits in exchange for insider information about the sale of BC Rail, this man, Kieran, was one of the men they were passing that insider information to. He was never charged in the matter, but he was to be a key witness for the Crown. Now he's coming forward.
I've kept my peace for 7 years. It's been a long and grinding road.
Kieran was a partner at Pilothouse Public Affairs along with Jaime Elmhirst and Erik Bornmann. Pilothouse was hired by a Denver-based company, Omnitrax. Omnitrax was one of the 3 bidders for BC Rail. One of the things Dave Basi admitted to in his plea bargain was taking $25,000 from Pilothouse. Kieran says that cash never came directly from him, and he personally knew nothing about it.
I never agreed to pay anybody anything. My staff and I were blindsided, dumbfounded. I don't know how strongly I can put it.
As part of their plea deal, Basi and Virk also admitted they traveled for free to Denver, accepting meals, free hotels, and tickets to a football game. Kieran says he was responsible for the reimbursements to Basi and Virk, but didn't want to do it at the time and wishes he hadn't now.
I had beat myself up almost daily over it. Nevertheless, the decision was made at the time. I believed if I didn't follow through with my client's wishes, the client would fire us.
But what about Kieran's role in accepting insider information? In July 2003, Virk passed on to Kieran secret, confidential information in the form of bidding values for BC Rail. It was information he never should have been given.
My client wanted to be kept up to date on what was happening.
Was it ethical?
Oh, absolutely. Yes, I believe it was ethical. Yes, there is nothing wrong with looking at confidential material that is given to you.
And passing it on to a client that's paying you to take advantage from that information.
I saw nothing wrong with that.
His thoughts about Dave Basi and Virk?
David and Bobby, I mean, on the interview with you, I mean, clearly they were in a great deal of pain.
Earlier this week, Premier Gordon Campbell said this about Basi and Virk.
By people who knowingly tried to claim their innocence for 7 years when they knew they were guilty. They've now said they were guilty. They've been charged. They've been convicted. They are now living with the penalties that society has imposed.
Kieran, in turn, is lashing out at Campbell.
I think he was way over the top. I think that was really unnecessary, and quite frankly, I think just a tad hypocritical.
After 7 years in the shadows, Kieran says he's looking forward to a return to a more public life.
And Shachi Curl joins us now with yet another new twist in the BC Rail case. Shachi.
Yeah, Hudson, we just got word late this afternoon that a court appearance is set for tomorrow morning in connection to Sun River Estates. Now, this is another sideline to the big story. This is that neighborhood in Souk that's at the center of the allegations that the real estate developer paid Dave Basi $50,000 to help them get this property taken out of the agricultural land reserve. Basi's plea bargain on Monday involved admitting that he took the money. So the question now is, tomorrow morning, are we also going to see pleas from other people too? We don't know, but we will have that for you tomorrow, Hudson.
You'll be on the story again tomorrow, Shachi. Thank you.
You're welcome.
I look forward to that.